into the Brooks Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shaky, and my co-host, Brooke.
What's up, y'all?
And Megan.
What's up?
If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Join us, not join us, follow us on all social media and join our Discord. Link in the description. If you're here for the quarterfinals recap. We got a lot to talk about, so let's start. ACC first. Quarterfinals was wild. I feel like every game was close. Every game was almost an upset, basically.
ACC was great today.
Oh my God, stressful for real. So who's in? UNC, NC State, Notre Dame, and Duke. Who's out? Florida State, Georgia Tech, Cal, and Louisville. Let's look at the bracket preview. So North Carolina defeated Florida State 60-56. Talk about a good game. Back and forth. I mean, you could say that for all the games we're going to talk about. All back and forth games, close to the end. I will say for Florida State, though, not a good day for Tanaya Latson. She did not shoot well today. She struggled 3 for 14 from the field. I mean, that really contributed to this loss. I mean, look how close it was, 60-56. But I mean, UNC toughed it out. I mean, we all knew. I feel like all ACC games are really close. That's just how it is. Alyssa Utsby and Lexi Donarski led UNC with 12 points each, but Alyssa Utsby, 18 rebounds. And I'm pretty sure, it's not on here, but I'm pretty sure Gokdang also had like 16 rebounds or something like that. I don't know if someone wants to fact check me on that. But I do want to highlight Michaela Timpson for Florida State. She had 15 points and 8 rebounds and 8 blocks. She was killing it for Florida State, keeping them in the game, clutch blocks. But I mean, all in all, UNC got Renai Kelly back, who basically hit a key jumper that really like a momentum swinger. And then Lainey Grant, their freshman, UNC's freshman, hit 2 free throws at the end of the game to kind of seal the deal. I'm disappointed. I wanted Florida State to win. Brooke, I know you like both of them. Who were you kind of rooting for here in this one?
You know, this was really, really hard because I've been a Florida State fan for like 2 full years now, but like UNC has my heart.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was like going back and forth. And I think ultimately, like, it was like I was leaning towards Florida State at one point, and then I was like, okay, I'm switching towards UNC, like naturally.
Yeah. Like
for me, it's like a great outcome either way. But yeah, this one was tough to like, where does my loyalty lie?
Yeah, that was like, it was a really good game. If Tanaya Latson played how she's been playing all season, I think it's a different outcome.
Agreed.
Which, I know you weren't on the prediction episode, but me and Meg, that's what we kind of predicted for Florida State. So it was kind of bummer off that part, but UNC played good.
We also thought Alyssa was going to be out potentially.
Yeah, we did. We didn't know she was going to be back. So that was kind of also a major decision for us.
Well, with these two teams too, it's like they're not consistent enough to like who's going to pull out for this one. So like tomorrow it could be a different outcome.
Yeah. Bro, I feel like that describes the ACC to me.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
They can all beat each other, and they can also all lose to each other. That's what's so hard about predicting the ACC. Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, they're just so competitive that any given day. Yeah. So I'm really not shocked. But UNC is going to play NC State. I can't see UNC beating NC State, but I also said that about a lot of other teams, and they ended up winning. Do you guys go with the favorite here, or do you think UNC can come up with an upset?
I think NC State's like their core 3 are just too good.
I know.
And North Carolina, like they're good and they're scrappy, but they don't have like that 4th and 5th solid, you know, that like those like at 2-3 extra solid players that like are super consistent as like much as NC State is. So I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they pulled it off, but
oh my God,
I think NC State's gonna get that one.
I think I'd be shocked. What do you think, Meg?
Yeah, NC State's gonna take it. I feel like NC State against Georgia Tech didn't even play their best game.
It was a bad game.
Yeah, so I feel like they're gonna bounce back.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes. It's like on, off, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's talk about that one. NC State defeats Georgia Tech 73-72. Georgia Tech was just on fire. Toni Morgan led Georgia Tech 21 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. She was just cooking all game. Georgia Tech had 8 threes that kept them in this game. They shot 30% from the 3-point line. But it really came down to it was really back and forth. Another really good back and forth game. Zoe Brooks hit 4 consecutive shots in a row that really kept them into this game.
That was the biggest momentum switch for NC State was that moment.
Because it was kind of like, who wants the ball? And like NC State, like who's going to take over? And then Zoe Brooks like, give me the ball. Like
that's literally almost what the announcers were talking about. Of like they were like seems like she's the only person that wants the ball. Like you got to give her the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think she got like airballed right after that. But
it's fine. Whatever. Someone has to take the shots. Okay.
Yeah. No, just like, no. And then they literally started talking about that as well.
Yeah. See,
you should be an announcer.
Megan tells me all the time. Megan, tell them I'd be out here saying things, and then like maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds later, the announcer say it. I'm just like, oh,
yeah.
Thank you. But yeah,
it's kind of annoying because I have to hear it double.
That was a good one, Megan.
I know. Megan's
that was good.
On it today. But yeah, basically went down literally to the last second. The thing that threw me off the most, and I literally texted the group chat, I said, did my phone glitch? When they literally Georgia Tech, what were you doing? You had a chance. You had a chance to win this game, and you didn't even put up a shot.
No, it was like they made a stupid mistake. NC State grabbed the ball. Then they trapped NC State immediately to get the ball back. Draw the foul or whatever the hell happened, where then they lost the ball, and then they're like they could have tied it. Could have tied it, and then you lose it because you're trying to do some fancy behind the back, between the legs, pass to your teammate, and she wants to do some fancy things. Shoot the ball.
Yeah, just at least get it out of your hands.
Nothing's worse. Like I would rather airball it, trying to get the shot.
Yes,
literally
just shoot it.
There, like.
Well, what didn't make sense to me was Toni Morgan's the one that brought down the ball, and she's the one on fire for Georgia Tech. So in my mind, you just keep the ball, girl. You're on fire. And she gave it to the freshman. I think her name's Carnegie. And she just forgot to shoot. I don't know. I think
you mess it up.
I think she was trying to create space, right? And it's like, girl, you only had like 2 seconds. You can't dribble that much. Just chuck it at this point.
Like when she gave you the ball, that means just throw it up there.
Yeah. Well, disappointing end for Georgia Tech, but they played a really good game.
They did.
Yeah, it wasn't NC State's best game. So I think you guys are right. They'll bounce back against UNC, but who knows? The ACC, unpredictable. Okay. Notre Dame defeated Cal 73-64. It was close for a second. Cal was hitting some threes.
Cal did good. I will give Cal. Cal was in it.
Cal was sticking in there, and then Notre Dame in the second half, like they always do, said bye. It's okay. So Notre Dame will now be facing Duke. Duke ended up defeating Louisville 61-48. Louisville, I don't know what happened. You just didn't look good at all. I can't even put into words what I watched. It was bad.
I didn't even watch it. I tuned in and it was already like 20 points, and I was like, no, there's better game going on right now.
They kind of came back a little bit, and then Duke looked relaxed, and
I was gonna say Duke was like calm, cool, collected.
I was like, wow, look at Duke go. Louisville, I was like, oh, I was rooting for you. Yeah. So now it's Duke versus Notre Dame. Do we think Duke can upset Notre Dame?
No.
Okay. That was easy.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
I mean, Duke. Okay, hear me out. Duke's defense is really good. We know Notre Dame's defense is good. I think this game could surprise some people. Like, I think it could be closer than what a lot of people are thinking. Because we talk about it, Duke's unpredictable. Duke's up and down. Duke could be a low-scoring team one day. They can shoot lights out from the three next day. I think this game could be real close.
They have no true offensive star.
It's hit and miss.
None of them want to step up and be that person. I swear, if you go to their stats, the highest scoring person, their average is 12 points. No one ever really is the one get the ball in my hands, I'm gonna win this game today. They just I hate watching them.
You have said that. Yes, I know. It is rough. It is a
Because they
roller
are
coaster.
talented, but
They
it's like
are.
they don't use their talent. It's just so nonchalant. Like, oh, they like Ashton Jackson is good, but
Yeah,
then
Reagan
it's like,
Richardson.
yeah, but then like sometimes you watch them play and they're like, oh my gosh, she was doing it today. It's like they run things without purpose. Like, okay, I guess the play was for her to go screen in. There's no one there. She still does it and then backs up and then does it again and backs up and then just stands in the corner. It's like, what was that for? It's like wasted energy.
Seeing the play through, Megan.
No, man. That's no. My coach always taught me don't do nothing without purpose. Like that's a waste.
Wow. That was inspirational.
That was a good one.
God.
After that full
Stuck with
rant,
me.
you're still here. That was a good one.
I know. Okay, Meg. If anyone needs a youth coach, Megan is here. No, I'm just saying.
No.
No.
Are you tired, stressed?
Oh my gosh. All right, that's the ACC. So let's go over to the Big Ten. Who's in? USC, Michigan, UCLA, Ohio State. Who's out? Indiana, Maryland, Nebraska, and Iowa. Looking at the bracket overview, Michigan defeated Maryland 98-71. Megan, let's just get it out of the way.
I just have no words.
I mean, it's just painful at this point.
So I've lived here long enough, right? I don't have to claim Maryland anymore, right?
Well,
that's kind of how
your years here have to outnumber your years there.
Were you born and raised?
Yes.
Unfortunately, Megan, if I am still claiming Nevada, you have to still claim Maryland.
I'm sorry, Megan. I'm trying to find the stats.
How long have you lived out here now?
That's embarrassing. What, 8 years?
Less than 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been out here longer than you. Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, you still have to claim Maryland at this point. I'm sorry.
I mean, we can backtrack it, and the way you were talking about them earlier this year, you claimed them hard. So.
Yeah. It was like, woo, Terps. Now it's like, who is this team?
That's fraud, man.
It's bad.
Last year we sucked, okay?
And you came to terms with it.
Yep. Yeah, and I came to terms.
Yep.
And then they wanted to trick me at the beginning of the year, thinking, oh, we got these transfers, we got these new players, we're ready to ball out.
Yeah.
No, fraud. No.
Same time, yeah. We won't stay, at this game too long, but one of the main reasons that Maryland struggled, Ryan Sellers 2 points.
Just no effort.
Oh, wow. Did you watch the game?
Nope.
I couldn't watch it because it was so bad. Ali Kubek, 2 points. Kayleen Smeichel, 10 points. Leading scorers didn't
when the first quarter is 27-6, why would I watch that? I literally tuned in late, and I was about to turn it on, and I see that, and I said, oh, hell no. You're not ruining my day. No, man.
Did I message you guys? Oh, I did. What did I say?
You did. You said, not Maryland losing to Michigan 27-6. Did you not?
And I said, no, ma'am.
Yeah, I said, literally, not Maryland losing 29-6 to Michigan in the second. And then I said nothing else.
It's okay. We took Maryland, like, how we took Stanford for you, Brooke. We took Maryland for Megan. It just didn't work out 2 times in a row. So we're just not going to do that Homer stuff anymore. Okay.
Your best player.
There's no more of that.
Yeah.
Only puts up 3 shots.
Well, we said she's not playing healthy.
That'll do it. You don't shoot the ball, you don't make the basket.
That's just usually how it goes. Yeah. How it goes. Gosh. So anyways, before we talk about who Michigan will be playing next, USC and Indiana had a game.
Oh, it was a game for sure.
Indiana played freaking amazing.
I was a Hoosiers believer there for a minute.
Oh my God. Indiana.
If they win right now.
That was crazy.
It was beautiful.
I just couldn't believe it. When you texted us again, like that it was close, I was like, huh? I didn't think. And then I tuned in the third quarter. They said, what's her name? Garzon. She was lights out. That's what kept them in the game.
And it was only like the second quarter when I was like, you guys, this is a game. And I was like, okay, it's the first half though. You can't be too.
Yeah.
The first half. And then the Hoosiers, man, they were in it until the fourth quarter. Yeah. And I was like, wow. This is awesome. I was rooting for them. I was like, please beat USC. But
It dwindled
Of course, USC is like dominant still.
Yeah. Juju took over 31 points.
Still got Juju.
Yeah. But Garzon had a couple of 3-point shots she ended up missing at the end of the game that would have, got them closer to trying to win. But she shot well. 5 for 10 from the 3-point line, 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 23 points on the night. Indiana as a whole shot 42% from the 3-point line. That's how well they were shooting.
No, Garzon was 6 for 6.
Just kidding. From where?
Moore McNeil was 10 for 10.
Oof.
Oh, from the free throw line.
Free throw line, yeah.
I thought you meant from the 3-point line. I was like, wait, I don't think that's okay.
5 for 10, you're right. 5 for 10.
Okay. So yeah, I do, because I remember them harping on how many free throws she made and how that was contributing to their success in this game. But Juju took over. Kiki Iriafen had 21 points, 10 rebounds as well. And yeah, I mean, it was close all the way. I'm not even gonna lie. I like USC. I root for them all the time. But I was like, ooh, Indiana. Like, okay. Like they were.
Yeah. Same. I'm telling you, I was a Hoosiers believer there for a minute.
But Juju knows how to get to the line.
Yeah.
She shot 13 free throws.
Oh my God, what was the stat? She has like 159 free throws made or something on the season.
She gets to the free throw a lot.
That's crazy. But even when USC went on their run, Indiana fought their way back in. Like that's what was impressive. Like they never like really backed down. It was late in the game when they started missing some shots that they needed to make. But I was impressed with Indiana. Good game. Clap it up for them. But basically, USC will now be playing Michigan. Michigan played tough against Maryland. I'm not gonna lie. I know Maryland didn't do their part, their half of this game, but I personally don't see an upset, but do you see this being a good game in a sense, I guess? Michigan versus USC.
I feel like USC was too close to losing that game, so they're going to come back like with a fire under them that I don't think Michigan can keep up with this year.
Okay. Meg?
Just don't doubt Juju.
Never.
Vengeance.
When have we ever doubted Juju?
Yeah, I don't.
The game plan, in all, when it comes down to it, is get the ball Juju out the way. Excuse me.
I think it was Juju, and I'd have to somebody can fact check me on this one. I've watched so much. This is probably the most basketball. Most basketball I've watched probably all year.
It's overwhelming.
It really is, and I can't keep. I should have took notes.
Yeah.
But at one point, I think it was like the fourth quarter. My notes are our messages, and I think it was Juju passed it to Kiki, threw like two people on the run for a layup, and I was like, it's a wrap. Like as soon as that hit, I was like, they're done. They're in sync. Like it's over.
It's funny you mentioned like the overwhelmingness of watching all these games, because I find myself talking about something. I'm like, no, that didn't happen in that game. That was definitely a different game.
Well, and everybody's slightly red now, and
some are blue.
I honestly, I don't know if I'm watching Friday night WWE SmackDown with the Big 12 court to.
Oh my God!
That court styrofoam cup to the ACC to normal. I'm confused. I don't know. I can't watch anything on the Big 10, but
yeah, the only reason we're watching the Big 10 is my dad's Xfinity account. Thanks, Dad.
Shout out for
that. You paying for that? Okay. UCLA defeated Nebraska. My Cornhuskers, they kept in there for a little bit, and then it's okay.
They're young again, where it's they're making some random mistakes.
Yeah, you know what? Don't count out the Cornhuskers early in March Madness, okay? And then Ohio State, Iowa. We gotta talk about this game. It was a crazy game. Iowa.
I wanted to watch this so bad. I only get at work, you guys. So when I'm not there, I can't watch it.
Another great showdown between Ohio State and Iowa. Back and forth affair.
Well, not at first. They were down quite a bit, and then Olsen had to bring them back in the game and wake them all up. But then it was back and forth.
But then, we got to get to the juicy part. Back and forth. Shots being exchanged. And then Iowa decides to get my hopes up. I don't even know. I don't even know why I was rooting for Iowa.
I was going to say.
I just find myself, it's like the mood of the game. Wherever the mood of the game takes me, that's who I'm rooting for. Whoever I feel should win this game, that's who I'm going to root for. I think Iowa played a good game. They got themselves back in here. And
They just needed a better ending play.
I didn't like the play. I understand. Okay, so basically Cody McMahon goes to the free throw line, right? That's how they get the 60-59 lead. And then they go down, and I didn't really like the play, or I don't know what she was supposed to do. It to me, it felt like it was one of those where she was trying to force a foul to happen. She just threw the ball up when she would before the jump shot, before the Hannah Stolke jump shot. It was more like here's my layup. I mean, she kind of had a chance, but it was just bad, right? So then it's 0.7 seconds. Everyone knows you don't have time with anything under 1 second. There's no dribble. There's no nothing. You have Hannah Stolke in the middle of the paint. I know it's hard and I know it's a low percentage chance of it happening, but it's a tip play. You got to tip it in, okay? And I don't know, they probably didn't discuss it or whatever, but I feel like that's just a common, like, you tip the ball. I know it's easier said than done.
I wonder what the drag on was about too, though. Like, why didn't the ref just give the ball? Like, because they allowed them to set up and like see the play for so long. The ref didn't like.
Wasn't it they were trying to check the time to make sure it was 0.7?
They had already did that. It like literally went to
after.
that break. And and then after the ref is just holding the ball. It's like, because even Hannah started moving.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're talking about.
He was about to hand the ball and then he brings it back.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like, okay, well now you just saw what like I'm about to screen this way.
Yeah.
And so then it gave them a chance to like do it again, and they switched defenders. So like to me it was just like, dude, what the heck was all of that? But
yeah.
They should have had audible, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Switch it up a little. Anyways, it ended with the Hannah Stolke jump shot, but unfortunately, in my opinion, she doesn't have the best jump shot. So that's not where I would have gone.
It was just short.
Yeah, and it was a bummer for Iowa. I felt like they played a really good game. They had a momentum swings with the play I thought was gonna win the game on the roll. Hannah Stolke passed it out to the corner kick to the
she would have
kick to the wing and they hit the three, and I was like, oh, Iowa. But
they actually got that. They got another 3-point look pretty wide open, and
she missed
just didn't hit it.
Yeah, I know.
Because if she would have hit that shot, that's game.
Iowa, you were so close. I know we ended up going with Ohio State, but it's okay. Now, UCLA versus Ohio State. We know UCLA's been struggling a little bit. Ohio State's also been struggling a little bit. Who wins this game?
Man, if Ohio plays the same D they started to play against Iowa State in the second half.
You mean Iowa?
I mean Iowa. I can see Ohio winning, like upsetting them, but it's only if they played that type of defense where their press was like really good.
Yeah.
They got a couple steals, but it's only if they can do that and then just be knocking stuff down offensively, really.
I don't know. This is going to be a close one. I know we predicted UCLA to win this game in our predictions, but I don't know. I think you're right. If Ohio State's defense is locked on, Lauren Betts is going to be that mismatch, though. So it's going to be another good game tomorrow. Talk about more good games.
Yeah, but like it matters if like Taylor Theory's hitting threes.
Yeah.
Like she was 3 for 3 today. Like they need that
happen,
to be the same, you know? Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like today was crazy. I feel like tomorrow's gonna be crazier.
Yeah.
With games. Okay, let's go over to the Big 12. Who's in? West Virginia, TCU, Baylor, Oklahoma State. Who's out? Kansas State, Colorado, Iowa State, and Texas Tech. Looking at the bracket, West Virginia beat Kansas State 73-69. These are one of the games I know I didn't watch, but I watched the box score or the game cast, whatever ESPN calls it. West Virginia was actually down. They came back. I was going to say
Kansas State was winning like most this game.
Yes. West Virginia put themselves back into this game and ended up winning. And I was like, at first when I looked to check the scores, I was like Kansas State was winning by a significant amount.
Yeah, and I like wanted them to win too a little bit. I was like rooting for them today.
No, it's like, yeah, no, but West Virginia's defense, I'm sure, got them back into this game. So congrats. TCU Colorado was closer than what I expected, honestly. TCU defeated Colorado 69-62. Haley Van Lith, I tuned in. She was playing like a demon out there. She was like so confident, like like I don't even know how to explain it. It was like different confidence than Louisville. Haley Van Lith, like it was crazy. It was different. She had 24 points though. She made 5 3-pointers in this game. Obviously Sedona Prince 18 points, 4 rebounds, and then Jade Masugayo 22 points for Colorado. Colorado did shoot well, 54% from the field and 55% from the 3-point line. They did have 17 turnovers though, that kind of hampered that.
Do it.
Yes, I've been looking at people's turnovers when we're doing these stats, and that is the key because all these games are close, and it's always the free throws and it's always the turnovers.
Yeah, it's like if the turnovers are close, who scored more points like off turnovers, yes. And that's usually the more significant number. Yes. So like this one, 17.
Yeah, and they were 7 of 15 from the foul line, so 46% from the free throw line. And look how close this game was, 69-62. So, and they shot well. 50% from the 3 and the field, and you lost. That's crazy. See? It's the little things. But TCU is gonna advance. And they will be playing, sorry, I spaced out. They're gonna be playing West Virginia. I think TCU should win this game.
They should, but I feel like when TCU is off, they're off.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but they have been squeaking these wins out.
It's all that matters at the end of the day.
Oh, what I say?
But I don't think anyone can really guard Prince.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say for West Virginia, who's going to guard Sedona Prince?
They're shorter.
Yes. Yeah. They're great.
But honestly, though, okay. Listen, I watched the one play I watched TCU today because there was another game going on that was like closer.
Yeah,
I don't remember which one it was. And Sedona Prince had the ball, and this girl is like 6'7". There's not too many people that are close to you in height, and there was 3 Colorado players next to her, and she was like maybe 2 feet away from the hoop, and she missed the ball. So I'm not too like
yeah.
She might be taller, but realistically, like go a little crazy, she might freak out.
Hey, I'm telling you guys, the Valkyrie better not get her. I swear.
That's too high of a draft pick. She's not even projected in the top 5.
I'm just saying. I mean, no, I'm saying in the draft period, like even the next round if she drops, whatever the case is. I'm just saying.
I want a refund.
Better never. Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I'll sell all the tickets. I don't care.
I don't think that's in their game plan.
Thank goodness.
Their team, what's called makeup. I don't think that's gonna fit. They're gonna live and die by the 3. But okay, and then over to Baylor defeating Iowa State 69-63. My poor Cyclones should have won this game. Listen. Iowa State had. Where's the turnovers? Where's my stat? 22 turnovers. Can
I say something on that too?
Go ahead.
I watched part of this game, and I literally wanted to cry for Addie Brown. I wanted to cry for her. She literally, out of those 22 turnovers, she had 9 of them.
Okay.
She was 0 from 2 from the 3-point line, 2 from 11. After just doing so well, like, I feel like we were just talking about her yesterday, and I feel like they kept taking her out, and then they would put her back in, and it was just struggle. It was like she would come in right away and like foul or turn the ball over, and they just pulled her right back out. And it was constant though. They kept
32 points.
No. She scored 6 points.
Oh,
not Audie Crooks.
Audie Crooks.
That's what I was talking about. I didn't watch this game.
No. Yeah, the sophomore she's been having like a good season and stuff.
Right.
She struggled, and it was like hard to watch. I don't know. I was just zoned in on her, and I was like, man, she is having not a good game.
And with this game, Audie Crooks was cooking, but she had no help. There. Not a lot of people were stepping up. Usually, her partner in crime.
Just those 2.
I know her partner in crime was
Robin was not there.
They looked tired. Iowa State looked like exhausted. And Baylor was just
Baylor did have a break.
Fast breaking up the court, what I watched.
But the thing is about this game is literally Iowa State had 22 turnovers and this game was still close, 69 to 63. Like, it frustrates me because I felt like this was a good pick for an upset. And if Iowa State just got it together, they were 2 for 10 from the three. That's probably their lowest right of the year. They're usually they hit well from the three, but obviously one of their best 3-point shooters was not on today. She used it all up in the last game.
I guess so.
But I mean, out the gate, it was tough for Iowa State. They were down, what was it, 16-2. They couldn't get anything going. Von Lay was playing great defense against Audie Crooks. But as soon as Von Lay came out, Audie Crooks was cooking Baylor. But the thing
Von Lay made 2 threes in a row though that they were sweet.
And the thing was, with Iowa State's defense, they just were not adjusting because Jada Walker, she had 18 points, and all she would do is a pull-up jumper at the free throw line every single time, and they weren't adjusting at all. And she was just cooking them. And I was just like, dude, you guys got to, adjust somehow. It was still back and forth affair. It slipped out of their hands, basically, at the end of the game, but... My poor Cyclones, I'll still be rooting for you. I hope you have a good path because I'm still going to pick you for some upsets. I do not care. They're right there. When they're on fire, that dynamic duo, they can do it. But Baylor will now be playing Oklahoma State, who just beat Texas Tech. Another good game. Tough for Texas Tech. I thought they were going to pull it off. They ran pretty disciplined plays. They really go through their plays and their plays actually work until the end. I think her name's Moppin. She gave the ball. She turned the ball over. I don't know. She was driving, kicked it out. She turned it over. So that was a bummer. And then Burke, you mentioned it. I can't remember who shot the jumper. It was a good look. Could have tied the game up.
It was
it was short.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
It was so they did everything right in that moment too. There was literally nothing that I could say where they tried to shoot a 3 and didn't draw a foul. She almost got a foul. Mm-hmm. She hit a jumper at the free throw and just barely undershot it where it hit the front of the rim, hit the back.
Yeah.
Out. I felt Texas Tech really worked, and I was like, Texas Tech's gonna get them. And then they made a stupid mistake or something.
Yeah.
And just Oklahoma State sealed the deal, and it was just oh
yeah, it was a bummer.
We're in it.
Yeah, it was a bummer for Texas Tech, but Oklahoma State will now be playing Baylor. It's funny, after I watch Oklahoma State, I'm kind of mad we chose another upset. But at this point, we didn't think Baylor. We chose Iowa State, so technically we had Iowa State versus Oklahoma State, and we thought Oklahoma State was going to win. So now that it's Baylor versus Oklahoma State, do you think Baylor will beat Oklahoma State or vice versa?
I can still see Oklahoma State winning. But it's going to be a close game. This whole conference, I mean, look at it. They're tough matchups. It's just they're going to be competitive, so
honestly,
go either way.
I feel like Baylor might pull it out mainly because when I was watching the end of the Oklahoma State game, Oklahoma State looked like they need a rest day.
They're slow, yeah.
They're slow. They're literally beat up. The one girl that they're big was trying to barter with the ref and I can't shoot these free throws, I'm injured. And you can't do that in the quarterfinals. I get it, but you gotta shoot. And she made it. She made the shot. But I feel like Baylor was just too good to really slow down. And Oklahoma State looks slow to me.
Well, we'll see if Baylor can carry over that performance. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a coin toss. I think I'm going to be rooting for Oklahoma State because we picked them on our bracket. So I kind of just want to be right. But I don't. Either way, whatever happens, happens.
It's going to go down to whoever has the best trainers.
Whoever's more conditioned.
No, literally. What time's their game?
Whoever has access to the ice bath.
Oh, you're stupid.
How long do they get to stay in bed?
Yeah.
Okay, and over to the last conference, the SEC, who is in South Carolina, Texas, Oklahoma, and LSU. Who's out? Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Kentucky, and Florida. South Carolina handled business 84-63, defeating Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt did come back in this game. I was like, oh snap, what happened? And then South Carolina quickly handled that. Okay, come on now. No, I'm fine. Oklahoma ended up defeating Kentucky 69-65. And let me tell you,
I don't want to talk
Georgia Amore, I'm so glad you're going to the draft, girl.
Yeah.
Because when you get there, you're going to impact the WNBA team so much. And they're going to be able to catch the ball and finish for you. And I'm just going to be crying happy tears. Because she was dishing out dimes today. And I think a couple episodes we talked about it. When her bigs, when they're on, they're good. But man, they were missing a lot of her passes, in my opinion. They weren't finishing. Georgia Amore obviously went off 29 points. I texted Megan. I don't know if I put it in the group. Georgia Amore in the third had 6 assists and 0 turnovers. The rest of the team had 0 assists and 15 turnovers. How do you expect Kentucky to win?
Listen, these are the games that I love watching Georgia Amore because she's controlled. Like, she's either really good like this or she's, like, moving too quick and her momentum takes her. Because when she's on and she hits that free throw jumper, it's gorgeous.
Oh, her freaking jumper. Oh.
But when she's, like, moving too fast, that's when it comes off. And I agree. I want her to go into the W so bad. Like, please, for the love of God.
She is. She's done. Go. She's done with eligibility.
Thank God. Kentucky pissed me off during this game so bad. I wanted them to win. And, of course, in good old fashion, they shit the bed. I was so mad. I was like, you guys literally had it.
And it's crazy because Georgia Amore actually like hit a 3 that brought them, within, enough to try and win this game. But no, didn't work out. 20 turnovers they ended up with, okay? It's a turnover game, baby. What are you doing? This game makes me so mad because I was watching it. I was just so frustrated for her. I wasn't even looking at Oklahoma. I know Reagan Beers and Peyton Verhulst did phenomenal, 20 points and 16 points for them. But it wasn't even their best shooting day. They shot 30% from the field and 22% from the 3-point line. The turnovers literally killed Kentucky. And Kentucky finished 4 of 23 from 3-point range. 17%. So I'm done talking about them. I just can't. I'm mad. I'm mad for Georgia Amore. It's called the Kentucky Amores because
Kentucky Amore.
It's Coach Amore.
Yeah. It's Kentucky and Georgia because, I don't know, no one else showed up to play. But Oklahoma will be facing South Carolina. South Carolina, I got you winning. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
All right, that one was easy. Okay, over to number 2 Texas, defeating number 7 Ole Miss 70-63. Now, this game was a roller coaster. Ole Miss was in this game, then they were out of this game, and then they were back into this game. Texas was actually up by 15 early in the third. Ole Miss missed 13 straight shots and went 8 minutes without a field goal. Okay? But don't worry, KK Dean came to the rescue and shot all them threes. Every 3 that was shot and made was by KK Dean. 5, 4, 8. 62% from the 3. That got them right back into this game. And yeah, Ole Miss trailed by 4 with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the game. Oh my God, you know how you said in the Texas Tech game, it hit the front of the rim, went to the back?
Yeah.
I'm going to butcher her name. I think it's, I don't know how to say it. Syra? I don't know her last name. I'm sorry. Anyways, she had a putback, and that thing rolled and rolled and then rolled out. Look at this dog.
Guest appearance, Sonny.
Oh my gosh.
Game.
What?
Oh,
Ball. But basically, yeah, her attempt like literally rolled around the rim, and if they made it, the momentum would have been on their side, and I think they would have won that game if that putback kind of went in. But basically, Texas outscored Ole Miss 10-5 to close the game. Ole Miss, they shot 2 for 15 from the field, and that really killed them in the third quarter. But yeah, there was a little bit of hope. They played well. In this game, what I found was crazy. They had 53 foul calls in this game. 3 players fouled out and 6 others finished with 4 fouls. But that just shows, I don't know. For me, that just shows the grit of Ole Miss's defense. I know we said, I don't think you were here, Brooke. When we talked about it, Meg, about Ole Miss versus Texas, we said how Ole Miss is like notable for their defense. Did you think it would have been this close of a game though when we first initially talked about it?
No, but I'm not surprised either because Ole Miss is like that. They're scrappy.
Yeah. Ole Miss again though, 17 turnovers. That was a bummer too. But they made it a game in the end. Unfortunately, they won't be advancing. Texas will end up playing LSU. LSU destroyed Florida 101-87. We're really not surprised. I'm still shocked Alabama lost to Florida. But between LSU and Texas, final predictions, does Texas beat LSU?
Yeah.
You think so?
Texas or LSU? She said Texas.
I'm surprised you didn't say
over there.
I'm surprised you didn't say LSU, Brooke.
I don't know. Because Flage's not back, right?
No, she's out the whole tournament.
I feel like LSU would need kind of all hands on deck.
An extra.
But I heard the commentators whispering saying that they've been hearing rumors that she could potentially come back.
Well, she's going to come back after the tournament. Oh, you mean during the tournament?
Yeah, during this game.
So in the regular season,
that there's been mumbling that she potentially could come back. I don't think it's worth it, but
no.
In the regular season, what was who won? Was it
Texas.
split? Texas won both?
No, I think they only played once.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Texas ended up winning, right?
Let me see.
I'm like 99% sure Texas
Sunny, we want LSU here, Texas here. Who you got? See, she says Texas.
Oh, yeah, Texas won 65-58 last time.
Yeah. And then they had Flage that game, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still going to stick with Texas because that's who we initially chose. So, go Texas. Hook 'em. Is it Hook 'em Horns?
Hook 'em.
It is Hook 'em. Okay.
Texas is Hook 'em. Texas Tech is, you said the other day. Texas A&M is Gig 'em.
Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em.
That's all I know.
All the Texas Was that the last game? It was the last game. Oh, snap. Okay. That rounded out the quarterfinal recap. In kind of a semifinal preview a little bit. I know we already went over our predictions in a couple videos ago. But thank you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow I think it's going to be more wild. I don't know if there's going to be too many upsets, but I think all the games are going to be close. We'll have another recap out tomorrow for the semifinal matchup and then the preview of the championship. And then we're into March Madness. I'm so excited.
It is March Madness. We're in it.
It is.
I know.
But it's going to get real more.
I'm glad we get the selection break.
I know.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. To keep up with these games is a lot. Oh my God. To watch all these games. And this is just small compared to what is to come. Yep. That's going to be crazy. We will have our group like we did last year. We'll all enter our own brackets. We'll compete with you guys all.
For free.
It'd be fun.
It's for free.
Yeah, it's for free. What do you think? I'm going to collect money from these strangers? No.
I don't know.
No. But thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.